Стащил с нее юбчонку и посадил наверх. Хотел уже засунуть, но почему-то так не смог себя настроить на яростный стояк. Ну, Лёшка, ты и лох, надо же так попасть. Первый раз не смог, ей, бля, не удалась. Ну, Лёшка, ты и лох, надо же так попасть. Первый раз не смог, ей, бля, не удалась.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever you are in planet. Right now, second to last match of the first round of Swiss between Meowing Digital Circus and Goggi Drawchill. I think that's how you would say it. It's relatively gonna be a close match, I would say, since Meowing Digital Circus did end up being the seed 15 and Goggi Drawchill ended up being the seed 18 in qualifiers. Right now, they're in warm-ups, so before the stream even started, we were hearing quite the interesting piece of art. It was quite funny. .73 star rating. I swear to God, I see a lot of these low 5-digit players when they're in tournaments. At the moment that they select their warm-up map, it always ends up being high SR. I guess it helps to an extent. Personally, for me, I'd rather just go with something more controlled, but it's up to the preference of the players, right? So, while we wait on them to start the second warm-up, I'm just gonna go through the list of the teams. Meowing Digital Circus, composed of Rosekura, Rurup, Mabosik, Ulquichan, and Quenti or Kenti. My bad if I pronounce any of your names wrong. I'm sorry. I've heard a lot about this, about a couple of these users. I'm not that fond of how their skills are, but given their qualifier results, they're definitely a strong team. The other team, though, doesn't fall behind at all. Goggi Drawchill, composed of Igor Yaka, Shisua, Goggi, Yamisaki, and this Tony. If there's a match that eventually reaches tiebreaker, it's definitely gonna be this one. Well, while jabbing about the teams, we're seeing the absolutely complex map that they're playing, as expected from a high star rating map. Things to point out during their qualifiers is that Digital Circus actually achieved number 3 on Hard Rock 1. It's like currently the most outstanding score out of both teams. And we have some other respectable positions. 12th place in DT1 for goggi drawchill. Number 11 in Noma 2, same team. And they even got number 14 and 13 on Noma 5 and Killing 1 respectively. Digital Circus managing to get 10 on Noma 3 and 9 on Noma 5. I was interested to see what is gonna be their approaches, because a lot of these maps seem to be really on par for these two teams. With, of course, a couple of situations where one team is just straight up ahead of the other. But well, they can save themselves from losing a what could be deemed as a guaranteed point with their ban. But we'll see what they decide on. They finished with their second warm-up. And we're straight up gonna go to rolls. Being the first round of Swiss. Consider that for the moment being, there's only one ban. We've got a lot of maps to choose from, and I dare say that some of them are quite quirky. We have things like, for example, Nomad 4. It's a quite interesting map. It feels quite high paced, even though the BPM in question does not give you that idea in the first place. There's also Fremont 1, which is a custom map for this round. Thanks to Amethyst for the custom map, by the way. Quite an interesting map. All the maps are really interesting in their own way. As a hitting low AR player, I'm actually quite fond of the hidden 2 that they picked for this round. Yeah, we're seeing in chat. Oh my god, I think I need to brighten up my monitor, increase the brightness on my monitor to see their usernames. So, Rose Kira picking second ban for their team, and Igariaka second pick. So, first ban is gonna go to goggi drawchill. Okay. Oi, GG. DT3. Okay. Oh my god, I need to move something around here. Okay, so DT3 is basically banned. I don't know what's gonna be Digital Circus's ban. Okay, I was trying to brainstorm what could possibly be the DT2 ban, but they have clearly gone with the DT2. So that means that only from the DT pool. DT1 is the remaining one, and no hesitation on the first pick, immediately going for no mode 1. This number 1 is pretty standard as far as my memory goes. Though it definitely could throw people off, mainly because of how the BPM stated for this map is basically 140, and this is a type of BPM that you would normally see on maps like Noma Tree. But this is just mainly influenced by how the map in question is mapped. So for that same reason, it turned into it was chosen as number 1. The Polish trio. The Rose Kira declaring that they're half Polish, so technically right now in the red team we have a full Polish roster technically, which just speaks against the flag of the team. Funnily enough. Going into the information of this Nomad 1, CS4, AR 9.3, OD 8.5, and a star rating of 5.53. Length of 3 minutes 19 seconds, somewhat in the middle of the length you would see in the Nomad 1. Start with the first pick. Rose Kira, Kenji, and Noki on red team. While on blue team, the Sony, Shizua, and Yamisaki. Right now, we're not gonna see that big of a difference. Hovering around 5k in favor of goggi drawchill, thanks to the slight accuracy advantage, but it's closing. It's actually closing a couple of hundred strong from the side of goggi drawchill, giving the advantage to Digital Circus. Oh, Rose Kira with the first miss. There's Tony not far off trades, and Shizua falls right after. Putting 2 FCs against 1. This map is not the... Even though it's 3 minutes and 20 seconds, it's not that long. This only with another miss. And because of its length, the gap might start widening quite considerably. We're already at around 75A. Oh, the Sony is struggling a bit to build a combo, and it's hurting their team. Still can be calm. A comeback can still happen, but they really need to see misses, particularly from Kenji and Nogi again. Misaki still holding the FC for their team. Rose Kira was recovering but misses, and with Shizua just falling right after. It's a good miss, but not the miss that they want to see. The players from goggi drawchill, because Kenji and Noki are still FCing. The Sony working on the recovery, Shizua right behind. He finally misses. Oh, I don't think there's enough time to close the gap because it's 250k. They need Ogi-chan to miss. The Sony and Kira missing basically the same time. The gap is closing, but I don't think there's enough time. 5 Imis and Misaki misses and loses the last FC that Goggi had going on. Okay, keeping the FC for their team and securing Noma the one. Can they close with the FC? Yes, they can. First pick, first FC, no problem. And the point goes to Digital Circus. 1-0. Really clean from part of Oki-chan. 2000s. Nothing to scoff at. Misaki was also quite close. It's just that unfortunate miss, and well, in the supporting side from Digital Circus, Kenti and Kira gave better support overall compared to Shisua and Destiny. It just simply was somewhat tough for Akira and Destiny. They were struggling significantly to build a big combo. Both first pick of the match, it was not Goggi drawchill's pick. So it's the opportunity to pick a map of their own to get a point in the board, and they're going with this Noma too. Considerably shorter than the Noma the 1. Length of 2 minutes 25 seconds, BPM 186, CS4, AR 9.3, OD 8, and a star rating of 5.55. Not gonna lie, I tried to get a quick rundown of how the maps look by looking at the YouTube showcase. I already forgot how this map looked. It seems that Digital Circus has the roster locked in. There still could be like a last second change. Yeah, okay, deciding to leave their team and going to blue team. They're just shuffling around for the moment being. Still deciding on who is going to be the roster for the respective team. Seems that the rosters are locked in, and we're about to start Noma 2. Second pick. The first pick of Goggi drawchill. And a chance for Digital Circus to get the first breakpoint of the match. From the side of Digital Circus, Kenti, Ulki, and Rurup. From the side of Goggi drawchill, Goggi himself, Josua, and Yamisaki. Starting quite strong, Goggi being the first miss, an early miss, but also the map is not that long, so that miss deceptively could end up doing some difference. I think the accuracies of Misaki and Shizuo are looking clean. I'm seeing a little bit of shake on Shizuo's cursor though. From the side of Digital Circus, the 3 players are still seeing with respectable accuracies. Yeah, that early miss from goggi is right now giving them the advantage to Digital Circus. Then anything can happen. In the moment that one player from Digital Circus misses, that lead can move to the other side quite quick. Now it solely depends if anybody misses. Again, this map is not long. Goggi missing again and losing the recovery. This is not good. 3 FCs against 2. You really need to see a miss. Possibly even 2 FCs going down for the team of Digital Circus. Ruru being the first miss. Okay, I didn't notice in what moment Oki missed, but it seems what I mentioned happened exactly, and that gave the lead to goggi drawchill quickly. Kente losing the last FC that they had, and Misaki holding on the FC. 99.78. Man, it happened so fast. I didn't even notice the moment that Oki missed. The accuracy didn't do any favors even. 92 is rough. And that FC from Misaki with 300s really holding on for the team and holding on to this point, avoiding the break point. I did say at the beginning of this stream, if there's gonna be a match that's gonna get to tiebreaker, it will be this match. They're so similar in performance based on qualifier results. Keep force playing tapping skull. Yeah, I guess that means that Olgi is just not fan of tapping in question. Going with Hidden One. Heard a bit of this song, sounds like quite the banger. It has some pretty awkward aim patterns. Definitely the type of patterns that I would argue are something you would not think of as really hard, but when you play them, you realize that they are tough without any practice, and even when you get some practice in, they can still be tough to navigate. Okay, if anybody knows and can confirm to me, I think this is a Noragami opening. I have bad memory about this. Oh yeah, we're upgrading the stream. Hitting one, it seems like the rosters are locked in. CS4 AR 9.2 OD 8.4, a length of 2 minutes and 40 seconds, a little bit more longer than the Noma 2 BPN 189, and star rating of 5.43. From the side of Digital Circus, we have Kenti, Kira, and Oki. Seems like their core roster. And from goggi drawchill's side, we've got Igor-Yaka, Yamisaki, and Shisua. Seems like Shisua and Mizaki are part of the core for their team as well. I think strong on the side of accuracy for goggi drawchill. Misaki with that 98.5 would drop a couple of hundreds there. Igoriaka is holding to 99. Shisua slightly behind with 96. 297s and a 95 on the side of Digital Circus. Slightly behind. Oh, Shisua with the miss. At the 300 combo mark. That lead should swing to the other way in a little bit, unless somebody from the red team misses. Igoriaka missing. One FC remaining for Goggi Drawchill. Kira missed as well. A quick trade, which means that there's 2 FCs against 1. Which, honestly, for Goggi Drawchill is better than having to fight 3 FCs with a single one. Shisua is recovering, so that's now upset a little bit out of the second FC. But still, a second FC is gonna be stronger than just 1 FC and 1 recovery. They need to see another miss, particularly from the players that are FCing and Digital Circus, if they want this breakpoint. But Shisua misses the recovery combo. Igoriaka falls behind just right after. They're in a rough spot right now. 145k. Oki and Kira missing at the same time along with Shisua and Igoriaka. Can't loses their FC and Misaki trades it just after. With Oki with Kenty losing their combo, it was an opportunity, but these patterns are so deceptively tough to go through. And well, even with that miss from Kenty, I don't think there was gonna be enough time. But there could have been a chance. There could have been a chance. Well, what's happened has happened. On the second point for Digital Circus, Kenty and Misaki really close to getting that FC, but I'll have to keep repeating it. Those patterns in this hit and one are deceptively tough. Right now, waiting on what we will call the upgrade, the stream upgrade. There should be a message here that says like work in progress or something. Well, looking at that, I'm gonna look at the ref shit. I'm hearing the song. This must be No Mod 5. Yes. We're going to No Mod 5 as the second pick of Goggi Drawchill. Considering how close by these teams are, and the fact that they're in 3 maps and no breakpoint has been conceded, it does give that feeling that you simply cannot allow the other team to get a breakpoint out of yours. Because in the moment that your opponent gets a breakpoint, you're put in a bad position. In a really bad position. Yeah, finally, we got the BG upgrade. our good old reliable streamer has installed the new NVIDIA 5080 Ti. Seems like we're gonna be starting with this No Mod 5. The Japanese version of Embraced by the Flames. it would be impossible for me to tell which one is the original. Well, I guess it's the original. It's just like, oh, it's a different language. Well, regardless, number 5, a length of 3 minutes 47 seconds, BPM 215, CS4 AR 9.2, and OD 7.5 with a star rating of 5.62. Digital Circus has playing Henty, Kira, and Brurup, while from Goggi Drawchill's side we have Igoriaka, Shizue, and Ian Misaki. An early miss from Igoriaka, but this map is significantly long, so an early miss is not gonna affect a lot. Definitely gonna give an early lead to Digital Circus, but it's not gonna be a comfortable lead by any means. Shizue missing and Kira falling right after. Yeah, there's Shizue miss again, but it's not gonna be affected at all considering how much of an advantage Shizue has against Kira in accuracy. Misaki missing, so all 3 FCs out of Goggi Drawchill gone. Kanti and Brurup still FCing. Brurup looking really comfortable in before I jinsed them. Like the caster curse. Well, it solely depends on the circumstance. Henty with a respectable 97 as well. Igoriaka recovering to a 98 and a 600 combo. Not that far off the FC, that early miss. Right now, Igoriaka needs Shizue and Yamisaki to recover a combo. Because now the core difference is 111k. Something that they can come back from. Gonna be tough with Misaki missing and Igoriaka losing the recovery. They're holding only a 500 recovery from Shizue against 2 FCs and another 500 recovery from Kira. This is what I'm saying, this is what I'm mentioning. If they hold longer, this breakpoint is guaranteed, and then Goggi Drawchill is gonna be put in a really precarious situation. It's not pretty. Hey, yeah, I'm looking at it. Since that Shisua's miss was a Bancho miss. Oh, but I don't think that was a Bancho miss. Kenty losing their FC as well. Group losing their FCS also, so no more FCs. Unfortunately for Goggi Drawchill, that gap is just too big. The score difference is just so ridiculously big. Got a little bit of combo from Misaki at 600, but that's not gonna be enough to close the gap. Well, Misaki unfortunately loses that recovery. Quite a long map, and for that they definitely would need big combos to close a 343k difference. So, first breakpoint of the match, and like Goggi Drawchill's players did get really solid scores. It's just that Rudo and Kenzie just outdid the combos of the opposing team. They gotten a little bit more score, Kenty and Rodup. Not even with Kira, they could have won even without Kira's score. Well, One breakpoint in the bag, and now goggi drawchill. In order to even things out, they're gonna need to recover one breakpoint for your own. Can definitely do it in this DT1. No matter what. Quite a long map for the. I would say for DT1, but oh well, the lengths of maps can be ridiculously varied. So I guess what I would be mentioning there is not that relevant. Defin Eminem. It would be funny if they added they added a feature to Osu that just allows you to lower the volume of the singer of whatever map you're playing, assuming that there is a vocalist in the song. Starting this DT1. Length of 3 minutes 35 seconds. Yeah, it was showing 5 minutes, but that was before the DT was put into effect. BPM 225, CS4, AR 9.7, and OD 9.1. The start rating, I don't remember what it was. It's gotta be around like 5.5. Let's go with that. Digital Circus with Kenti, Ulgi, and Rudo playing, and then goggi drawchill side, Shizuna, and Sony and Misaki. Goggi drawchill will need the breakpoint in order to even things out. Because given how things have been going, it's probably would be better to go to tiebreaker Kenti with the first miss. A couple of the players from Digital Circus have been saying they've been feeling the nerves, so maybe the nerves are finally getting to them here. And interestingly enough, that miss has widened the gap to 110. Rudo missing, Oki losing the last FC. Okay, drawchill. They're maintaining the 3 FCs. Misaki, the first FC to be lost from goggi drawchill's side. Not that bad for them at all, because from the side of Digital Circus, all FCs have been lost in such quick fashion. They could still recover, but they'll definitely need the Sony and Shizua to miss. But that gap is widening too much. 600k. Shizua missing. Leaving the Sony as the last FC. Sony double tapping there and missing their FC. They got such a wide lead. I think they can comfortably win. Of course, it would be bad to just drop their pen or mouse, depending on their playstyle, because that would give them a chance. Regardless of it all, what a commanding score from goggi drawchill. The map has not finished yet, but my god. With a difference like that, kinda have to accept that it's kind of over. It was in retrospective bad that goggi drawchill lost the breakpoint on normal 5, but then just after that, they get such a commanding score in DT1, earning a breakpoint back. So we're now back on evens, and goggi drawchill, their next pick, second to last pick now. And second to last pick, I mean second to last pick for the team in question. Because there's 3 picks left before we go to tiebreaker. They have not touched anything out of the Hard Rock and Fremont pool. And given qualifiers, I would think from Digital Circus side, they would go with HR1. They got really good results in HR1, but they have not picked it yet, probably as the last resort. Goggi drawchill opting for that free mod too. Rules stated for the free mod, I'm just gonna straight up read them. Each team must have at least 2 unique base mods when picking free mod. As an example, you could have them go 1 player hitting, 1 player hard rock, and 1 player no mod. Mod combinations will count to a specific base mod as follows. Could be hidden, and the next one will be hard rock or hitting hard rock. Next one being easy hitting, or easy flashlight. And then the last one being basically all the available combinations that you can do with the flashlight mod. If one of the players goes with DC, well, they're definitely not gonna be that far behind what the optimal nomad score can be, since EC does have a 1.8 multiplier. I don't think we're gonna see a flashlight multiplier, well, a player choosing flashlight for a free mod in this tourney. I want to believe it's not gonna happen, but I'm open to be proven wrong. Finally, starting with this free mod 2. Quite a short free mod of 2 minutes and 5 seconds, BPM 165. CS5, AR8, and OD. I think it was OD8 as well. And a star rating of 4.9. From Digital Circus side, Kenzie with Hard Rock, Oki going no mod, and Rurup going easy. So a multiplayer of 1.8 for Rurup's score is gonna be applied at the end of this. For Goggi drawchill side, Shizua with hitting, Goggi with Hard Rock, and Yamisaki with Hard Rock as well. So a slight overmod from the side of Goggi drawchill, Goggi being the first miss. Hard to tell, but I think, yeah, this is comfortably on the side of Goggi drawchills, particularly because even though Rurup has the multiplier on their favor, what's really holding back their score is right now the accuracy that they have. Kenzie's accuracy is basically being matched by Goggi's. Oh, Rurup missing. So an FC down the drain. Kenzie missing right after. Okay, missing the 3 FCs for Digital Circus disappearing so fast. Yeah, this part, particularly for the easy player, is gonna be extremely tough. Shisuo losing in their combo, and Misaki's the last FC. Can they hold it to the end? This map is short. We're getting to the end. No, Misaki losing the FC. But a really good score, which is quite necessary to get into even playing field. Once again, even though this was their pick, such a commanding score gap. Yeah, no matter what, even if Rurup were to SS in this situation, the multiplier wouldn't be enough to close that gap, unfortunately. It would, I think it would surprisingly be close, but yeah, making the rough mats on my head, I don't think it's enough, unfortunately. So we're back to even playing field. What seemed to be somewhat precarious from goggi drawchill, given the breakpoint on Nomad 5, is now back to even playing field at 3 against 3 points. Not much time thinking about it, immediately went with that hard rock too. Keep in mind, this is the 4th and last pick from Digital Circus' side. And this map is quite short. Extremely short. So any miss here is gonna matter a lot, even if it's at the start. This is essentially a glorified TV-sized map, like, come on. This is really good example of an unforgiving map. Even if you're good with precision, with hard rock, it's really unforgiving. You can miss like 20 seconds into the map and you'd be losing, you could easily be losing like 200k, 300k score. I'm gonna admit that I may be exaggerating a bit, but it doesn't change the fact that it still does take away quite some score. So it really does feel somewhat of a gamble pick. But well, when you're in a position where the options are dwindling down and you've already gone through your strong picks, well, you really end up in a position where you need to scrape off with what you have. Okay, Digital Circus trying to 4B3. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing what you're trying to pull off. Now we're starting with this Hard Rock 2. Second to last pick. Length of 145. BPM 144, CS5, AR8, and OD8, which are gonna be buffed to 6.5, 10, and 10 respectively, due to Hard Rock. And the star rating of 446. On Digital Circus side, Kenti, Kira, Rurup. On Goggi Drawchill's side, there's Tony, Goggi, and Misaki. Really seeing Kenti and Misaki be the main carry for the respective team. And they really need to put in the work for this map because of how short and unforgiving it is. Goggi with the first miss from looking at it from the good side, it's still better than missing in the middle of the map. We're already seeing a lot of players here not be comfortable with this map. You can see particularly from their accuracies, nobody apart from Ruru being above 95% accuracy. And that early miss from Goggi has already widened the gap to 100k in favor of Digital Circus. Zero missing, this Tony trades and Misaki falls right after. No FC remaining from the side of Goggi drawchill. Ruru not that long after misses. Kent to the last remaining FC. And this is just gonna keep widening the gap. They need Kenty to miss immediately. Oh, Goggi was a... Okay, Goggi, another Bancho miss. They still need Kenty to miss. They still need Kenty to miss if they want this break point. Even if they lose this pick, they're still not out of it yet. They could still win their last pick. Oh my god, this map went by so fast. That's only with a miss just ending the map. And this map was so short. A full combo from Kenty, really rough accuracy, but hey, you take what you can get. And that 867k score was enough to secure the point. Yeah, a lot of hundreds from the side of Kenty, everything to just keep that combo alive. Even if your accuracy is not that good, it just goes to show how strong combo is on Scorby 2. This map is small. Yeah, it's pretty short map. If you want to know, I'll reiterate it again. It's a 1 minute 45 second map. And describe it as a glorified TV size map. Going for Hard Rock 1, last pick and last chance for Goggi drawchill to get to match point. Something that Digital Circus has achieved, being a match point first. And basically forcing Goggi drawchill in a position that they need to bring this match to tiebreaker. On the good side, it's their pick. So they were given the possibility of picking what they believe is the best option for them to force this tiebreaker. And they'll need to pull all the stops to make sure that this point goes to them and not become a break point. The players are finally ready. The rosters are locked in. Hard Rock 1, 3 minute and 40 second map, BPM 172. CS of... oh well, waiting until it updates. Oh yeah, I think it already updated. CS of 4.9, which is slightly lower than what you usually see on the Hard Rock ones. Normally it will be 5.2. AR10, OD10. And a star rating of 4.91. A mechanical map. We saw this Sony with a really early miss, which I've been seeing it as a trend for the team of Goggi drawchill. One of their playing having an early miss. thanks to the accuracy, it's giving them an advantage on the score leads, but it's right now closing slightly. If it widens, this particularly because players from Digital Circus are seriously struggling to hack this. Oki with 76 and Kenzie with 85. This is definitely not a comfort pick. They're here to make the combo happen. The combo game is what they need in order to end this match right here, right now, before they go to tiebreaker. Definitely Rude being the main carry for their team in this Hogwarts 1. Boasting the highest accuracy and the highest score thanks to it. Just extremely rough when this Sony beats Kenzie on accuracy and Misaki gaps Oki on accuracy. Rude, the main carry for their team, losing their combo. This is not a good look. Kenzie drops their FC as well. This is really bad for Digital Circus's situation. And really good for goggi drawchill. We could argue that it's in just one match. This is their second time with their backs on the wall. All keep losing their FC. No more FCs remaining on the side of Digital Circus. Two FCs remaining on the side of goggi drawchill, and just as I said that, I cast your curse Misaki. I'm so sorry, man. This is what it comes back to. Just maps that goggi drawchill just gets such a commanding lead against their opponents. 550k, this Tony's still holding the FC. They're trying to recover from the side of Digital Circus, but can't losing their 500k. Oki is the remaining one with the 400 recovery. And the Sony is still FCing. These patterns are so tough to navigate. We're getting close to the end of this map, and with such a massive difference. This one's in the bag. I'll say it one more time. If there was a match that was gonna get to tiebreaker, it was gonna be this one. And look where we are. 4-4. First to 5 points win. It's gonna be decided by tiebreaker. For a situation as tense as this, on God, a timeout is necessary. I'm just gonna point out, by the way, right now the referee for this match is currently the host, Char, and as far as I know, Charity, their time zone right now is around 1 a.m. 2 a.m. So I find it pretty funny that this exact match, the Char was somewhat forced to ref because the established ref, the ref that was supposed to be for this one, fell asleep. And they're not letting the guy just go to sleep. I find it funny. No, it's 7 p.m. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my bad then. Harry's +1. Oh, he's from Europe. Okay. I am British. I mean, if you're British, we could still say that that's pretty much 1 a.m., right? I realized I never set a timer in the first place. Happens. Really happens. Taking a slight break. Get all the tension out because they really need to put all the effort to get this win. Given the way the Swiss format works, it really does help that you can get wins, particularly against the seeds that are really close to your own, in order to get to the next phase. That's really, yeah. Now that I'm seeing that, it's really Herculean that they went with reffing this match, even though it was gonna be 1 a.m. I guess it's not that big of a deal for sleep deprived people. I completely understand. Like, I do also suffer from sleep deprivation. I mean, you could clearly tell. I'm pretty sure that has happened to a lot of people that due to their sleep deprivation, they just end up say, you know what, screw it, let's just let's just play Osu like at 2-3 a.m. And in those times, basically playing at dawn or at midnight is when you get like your best scores. Don't you pull a CBT 5 again? I've not been present for the iteration of Certified Banger Tourney 5, but I assume some trolling happened. I don't think it was trolling, but well, some unfortunate circumstance happened. We're not gonna go deep into whatever Kira mentioned there. We're just gonna scroll by. Yeah, you can clearly tell that the tension has gotten to Kira's mind. Finally started in this tiebreaker after a timeout. 5 minutes and 34 of tiebreaker, BPM 174. CS 3.8, AR 9.5, and OD 8.5. Tallying at the star rating of 5.70. Digital Circus sending Kira, Ulki, and Rurup. While goggi drawchill sending this Tony, Igor Yakan, and Iya Misaki. Tiebreaker starts quite slow, but it will eventually pick up, and the patterns are just gonna get tougher from here. Skip TV. You do not need to know whatever Kira said, Bitsword. Don't go check the bot later. Okay, it's starting to pick up. Okay, what just happened on Loki's side? I think it was just a slight network issue. That was strange. Anyway, first miss doesn't seem to be a banshee miss. Those patterns. These patterns are quite demanding on your aim control. You also have to control your tapping as well, because if you don't, while you can maintain your combo, it will severely affect your accuracy, and that's score loss. You do not want to lose any score, as the least score possible in tiebreakers. This is only losing the first FC for goggi drawchill. Rurup has gone into a quite good recovery combo. Right now, accuracy is really doing a favor to goggi drawchill, because they're still holding the lead, but they may not hold it for that long because of Igoriaka missing. Okay, trades it though. Tony is getting to a recovery. It's still outmatched by Rurup's recovery. Kira and Misaki matching FCs, and the remaining FCs for the respective team. Kira losing their FC. Misaki is holding the last FC of the lobby. Could lose it at any moment, because if you see Misaki's cursor, there's shake. The tension. The nerves are getting to a lot of these players. But right now, goggi drawchill is in a good position. Misaki and FC can overshadow Rurup's recovery combo, and this Tony basically has nobody from Digital Circus' side to challenge them. Would solely depend on how long can Misaki and Rurup hold their combos. Quite important from both sides for Misaki to just secure the tiebreaker and the win for their team. Igoriaka missing. Rurup to be there to close the gap when Misaki misses. Parents are getting so unforgiving on the combo and accuracy. Kira missing again. Igoriaka's is just struggling. But well, maybe not that bad thanks to Misaki being there and this Tony getting to a good recovery. About to reach the 1k mark. Oki is recovering to 700 as well. Right now it's a battle between this Tony Misaki against Rurup and Oki. Misaki and Oki losing their combos. But Misaki's FC was the most important one here. A 140k lead from the side of goggi drawchill. Oh my god, I'm just looking at it. This Tony also lost their recovery combo. This is really bad for the team. This is what I said. Rurup had to hold the FC for the moment that Misaki lost their combo. And not gonna be capable of closing the gap because they lost their own respective combo. Hard to tell how much of this map is remaining. Oh, we were getting to the end of it. Oh no. Had Rurup hold that combo a little bit more, potentially could have taken the win. But Misaki being the hero, the main carry for goggi drawchill and the hero to close this match and win it for their team. GG, well played to both teams. Congratulations to Goggi Drawchill. They get their first point on the first round of Swiss. Good job by both teams. The Digital Circus is still not out. They've lost this match, but they're still in the tourney. Quick reminder that in the moment that a team loses 3 matches, they're eliminated for this Swiss round. Well, this was the second to last match of the first round. In a couple of hours, we'll be seeing the last match of this round happen, which is gonna be at 22 UTC. So you might want to be there to watch it. Stay tuned and have a good day.